What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This time it is a game submitted by Never Aim, one of the guys I'm rather fond of. You know, I kind of like his playstyle. I kind of like his, you know, his attitude about the game in general. The KV-1S apparently being rather popular with you guys. Just saying, I've gotten quite a few of these replays on quite a few KV-1S games. Now, if you see any frame rate drops, that is because I am currently rendering another video, so I apologize in advance. Now, this match, I will say one thing, and that is I perceive Never Aim's team as having a tank disadvantage here. Now, if you notice one thing, I would take an IS over a T-43, and I'd take an AC Meal over a Yogg Panther. That's just my own personal preferences. Now, also, you'll notice that the enemy team has 2 more Tier 6s than his team, so definitely a tank advantage going to the enemy team, but like I said in a previous commentary, tank advantages can be overcome by skill. Definitely. We've all seen those matches happen, but also it doesn't help your team to be at a tank disadvantage. So right here, his team not really keeping a lot in the field, really sending an impressive number of tanks to the town. And yes, it is an encounter battle, and that capture point can be what wins it for your team, but at the same time, you really shouldn't leave field too open. The enemy team not really sending that much to the field either, apparently. So what seems to be a pretty even match. Again, I'm ignoring the chat because it is in a foreign language I do not understand, and therefore I'm not going to try and make a fool of myself by trying to understand it. Right here, the M18 kind of trying to pop out and take a shot. Like I've said in previous videos, the M18 not really strong on armor, but it is fast. Right here, we do have quite a few fast movers, but nothing that should really concern Never Aim. All those tanks are really small fries and something he can take on. Now, if they decide to gang up on him, there might be a problem. The Panzer 38 NA almost tempting fate there, almost losing his life very early on. The M18 getting killed due to his team's flanking maneuver. He's got some tank destroyers to the, that would be the east, and giving him some very much needed backup. This 12-ton going to take a few shots at Never Aim here. Ooh, there's 2. Is he going to get hit the 3rd time? Nope. So Never Aim losing about 200 hit points there. Actually closer to 250? Yeah, something like that. So, no, actually, almost 300. Ooh. But, again, nothing he cannot come back from. The field quickly falling to the enemy team. I said it didn't seem like they put that many tanks there, but apparently I was mistaken. It's just his team had not spotted them. The enemy team definitely doing a significant push in the field. Artillery on his team very much in trouble. That was another advantage the enemy team had. While, yes, they did have one less artillery, they had a Tier 5 artillery piece, which is so much more potent than a Tier 4. Never Aim, not even deciding to aim there, I guess kind of going along with his name. You know, living up to his game name and not really taking the time to aim at something that really it wasn't necessary to aim at. You know, with those types of kills, you really don't need to zoom in. Although, you know, I typically do just out of habit and just to keep myself in practice. But anyway, Never Aim here, trying to move up and help his team out. This 3601 completely oblivious, pulling out right in front of him. The other 3601 in a poor position. Both of them now potential one-shots for Never Aim. If I'm not mistaken, I believe his gun's average damage is 390. Hold on, let me try and look here. Yes, I am right. So hopefully, yes, he will kill that 3601. The other 3601 looking like he will die. Yes, he does die to that Su-85. His team still on the capture point. Kills even at this point as well. So Never Aim's team having a slight advantage due to them being on the capture point and being even in tanks. So just a slight, but not really anything that is going to guarantee his team's victory. He's going to need to take a bit more action here. He does have 3 kills, already really pulling his weight for his team. Yes, it is a Tier 7 match, but there were only 2 Tier 7s per team, making the Tier 6s really the deciding factor. Both those 3601s, the Tier 6 advantage the enemy team had, getting eliminated, evening things up a little, but the enemy team quickly gaining an advantage and then losing it. The field push, trying to move over to the capture. The enemy team has completely stopped Never Aim's team from capturing. So the city really proving to be the determinate battleground of who's going to win this match. Tank, wow, just every time one team loses a tank, the other team takes a tank as well. And here we go, Never Aim's team pulling ahead, gaining a noticeable advantage. Never Aim's still doing very well for himself on health. Using this enemy tank for cover, very smart, very good play style right here, making sure that he is not exposing his tank unnecessarily, and using the dead husk of his enemies to give himself a advantageous firing position. That is just smart playing. That is just, you know, being a smart tanker in general. This M36 still at full health, but definitely not in any sort of shape to really take on a KV-1S. Not one like Never Aim, still hiding behind that LKMX to an extent as well. Bouncing a shot on that M36. The M36 not quite as soft as those M18s. And again, Never Aim speaking English in a... Okay, telling his teammate not to go suicidal. The KV-1 completely disregarding his warnings. And Never Aim at 6 kills. Will he get a 7th? I cannot recall. He did tell me how many kills he got, but I have actually completely forgotten. He might get a 7th kill here, or the SU-85 might kill it. The KV-1S, like I said earlier, completely disregarding Never Aim's advice, proving to be a very wise tanker. The SU-85 getting the final kill. Never Aim just getting short of that Bolter's medal, and we'll see exactly how well he did in the post-game stats. Times 2 XP, it looks like he is not running premium, at least that is my perception from his credits and experience earned. Damaging 3, destroying 6, obviously, because he got Top Gun. 11 shots, 10 of them hitting the target, and no base defense because the enemy team really didn't see any value in trying to capture. Sniper and Scout both going to people who managed to get themselves killed. That IS on the enemy team getting the Sniper, Scout on the enemy team going to the enemy Elk AMX. Now I'm sorry, that's his AMX. Ooh. Now, I have mixed feelings about the Scout medal, due to the fact that just because you get the Scout medal doesn't mean you necessarily did anything useful for your team. But anyway, I digress. I do have an Elk, or rather I had an Elk AMX. I had it for all of 10 matches, then I went on to the 12-ton. But I did manage to get... Anyway, that will be a replay. I'm not actually going to spoil anything. But there was a replay for my Elk AMX in the 10 matches I played in it total. And yeah, that will be out after I've done all my replays of you guys. Anyway, like I was saying, very well played game by Never Aim, really just taking it to that enemy team. A very close match, 15 and 13. You know, that's one of those matches that is really fun to play, really fun to watch too, just because, you know, I've said it before, those completely one-sided matches, you know where the match is going. There's usually nothing very, I mean, they're good to watch, but at the same time, they aren't exciting like these matches. So, Never Aim playing very smart there, using enemy tanks for cover, being very smart about his cover in general, except for that 12-ton, kind of got a little few sucker punches on him, being the only tank that actually damaged him. But yeah, I digress, and I've talked enough about this game. Anyway, if you liked this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you've got a tongue-tied. If you got a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email will be in the description. And yeah, this has been Spang, and I'm signing off.